What's up, everybody? Another week, another reshoot. This is the show where I ask the question, do the movies we love us back, or do they take our intelligence for granted? This week, I'm taking on one of the most loved movies of all time. It's my girlfriend's favorite movie, and she's probably going to kill me for tearing it apart, but the show must go on. Hold on to your butts, because that's right, baby. This week, we're taking on the granddaddy of them all, Jurassic Park. I'm Cameron West, and this is Reshoot. According to IMDb, the synopsis of Jurassic Park is this. During a preview tour, a theme park's failed power system allows its clone dinosaur exhibit to run amok. Yes, this sounds like fun, and indeed it is. Even if the science behind these cloning operations is a little whacked and the dinosaurs are, well, we'll get to that. But first up, 3 reasons why people across the world love Jurassic Park. Reason number 1, it's about friggin' dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are everywhere. They're on clothing, pajamas, bedding, fruit snacks, toys. You played with them when you were young. I played with them when I was young. Dinosaurs have captivated people's imagination since we first learned that they walked the earth. And although we had dinosaurs in movies before this, Jurassic Park was the first time that we got to see dinosaurs realized in a realistic manner, and that was exciting as hell. Reason number 2, the acting is incredible. Usually in sci-fi movies, we get stuck with up-and-coming B-list actors who can't act their way out of a paper bag to save their own lives. But this movie is loaded with talent. We have Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, Richard Attenborough, this guy, this gal, that one dude from Seinfeld, Samuel L. Jackson, people. Through the characters we're presented with, we really get a sense of wonder and adventure and fear as they progress through the story. The cast of Jurassic Park does an incredible job of bringing us into this movie and making us feel like it's alive. And number 3, speaking of things living, the special effects in this movie are amazing. JP was made in 1993, y'all, and still to this day, it's one of the best looking movies ever made. Spielberg used a combination of animatronics and CGI to pull off realistic looks, and it paid off in a big way. When Grant takes off his sunglasses after seeing the Brachiosaurus for the first time, I'm still blown away by that. And when Malcolm takes on this guy, I mean, could you ask for anything more? Yep. Damn. Michael Bay could sure learn a thing or two. But, like any great movie, Jurassic Park still isn't without its logistical nor scientific flaws. Things that haven't even been fixed in Jurassic World, even though now they know better. Facepalm. And now, 3 big ways that Jurassic Park could fix its fatal flaws. Number 1, fix the dinosaur anatomy. We know now that dinosaurs were covered in feathers, and that velociraptors were the size of chickens, and that Dilophosaurus didn't have that crazy fan-looking thing around their neck, and that they didn't spit acid. All of these things make for excellent scenes in the movie, and yes, I know that some of them are directly from the book, but we can do better than this, can't we? What's wrong with making the dinos look like their real-life counterparts? I mean, I don't know about you, but if a chicken-sized reptile came running at me with its claws out, I'd still want to hide. I mean, have you seen this thing? Yeah, fuck that. Also, sorry to break it to you, but T-Rex could see you whether you were standing still or not. The Tyrannosaurus eyes can actually see in a 180-degree field of view, and they can magnify more than 10 times that of an eagle. You can not move if you want to, but as for me, I'm running like hell. Also, if this thing couldn't see you, do you see the size of those nostrils? You don't think it can smell you after you're dirty and bleeding in the backseat of a car? Come on now. That thing is scary as hell, and there's no reason to handicap it. Cut that line of dialogue and let Malcolm do what Malcolm does best. Be a distraction to save the day. Number 2, find a different way to gather dino DNA. I know it's cool to find insects trapped in amber, and even cooler to think that we could somehow get in there with needles and suck up some blood. But people, the only thing we'd get if we took dino DNA out of a mosquito is more mosquitoes. Once blood is ingested by a mosquito, it mixes with acids in the mosquito's body, and then it breaks down into food, which is pushed through the body to keep that little bugger alive. And I'm sorry, but even if that mosquito got trapped in amber right after it bit a dinosaur, after 65 million years, that minuscule amount of DNA that it had in its body would not be usable. There's no way it wouldn't have broken down. If the movie is going the sci-fi route anyway, why not just say that these scientists have figured out how to edit genomes? Take something that exists on the Earth now, that's evolved from dinosaurs, and use its DNA structure to edit the sequence enough that if it was injected back into these frogs, it would actually be feasible that it would birth baby blue here. And finally, 3, and the big one. Most of the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park aren't even from the Jurassic period. They're from the Cretaceous. That's right, friends. T-Rex and Velociraptors had no idea what the Jurassic period even was. Even the tagline for the movie, 65 million years in the making, seems to refer to the Cretaceous period because the Jurassic period was much longer ago than that. Now, I've heard some internet people say, it doesn't matter if it's called that, it's just the name of the park. It doesn't have to imply that the dinosaurs are from that period. And to you I say, it sure as hell does. Imagine going to Disneyland only to find out that it's filled with Universal properties. Oh, you wanted to meet Mickey Mouse? Well, here's Dracula. It doesn't make sense. But I guess the cool thing about Jurassic Park is that it doesn't really matter about the inaccuracies of the movie. Because the movie is so damn good, we can look past the parts where it utterly fails and lets us down. And I, for one, will keep it on my top 10 list for years to come. Remember, you can have a different opinion than mine, but if you do, you're wrong. I'm Cameron West, and that is The Reshoot.